So the big question is this: what lessons have I learned from moving in with my partner? Today, I want to share with you 5 profound lessons that I've learned on this journey. My name is Joan, Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. So it's been 3 weeks now since Davide and I moved in together, and I want to share with you 5 very valuable lessons that I've learned in the journey, on this journey of moving in. It hasn't been an easy one, but here I am. So whether it's something that you've done in the past, or whether you're considering moving with a partner, or whether you're just planning for your future, a time where you would need to move into a partner, I hope this insights are able to resonate with you and provide you some guidance as you navigate your own personal second chance journey. So lesson number 1 is communication. Communication is key. I know we talk about communication all the time, but during a significant change, like moving in together, communication becomes so key. And from all the searching for a new home and trying to make decisions about many things and how we're going to manage the new home, when we're going to move, the logistics, the finances, all of that stuff, trust me, temperatures were flaring a lot of the time. So it's important that you communicate openly, but you also communicate the right way, right? Because this is about 2 people coming together, people who have been independent for so long, taking care of their own business, now coming together to share one space. So temperatures or the temperaments might flare up, but you need to make sure that you're not being disrespectful, and that you're making sure that even though you're honoring the things that you desire and being honest about your own needs and your own preferences, you also have to put the other person into consideration. So this is where you need to work together as a team to ensure that both of you are getting exactly, maybe not 100%, but you're getting to a large extent what it is that you want from a new home, and that both feel like they're being heard and that their preferences are being valued. So that was something really key that I learned, because trying to find the ideal home, wow, it wasn't an easy journey for us, that's for sure. I wanted a smaller home. Davide wanted a bigger home with a bigger space. And I'm telling you, my number 1 concern was who's going to clean the house. But over time, we were able to meet in the middle and communicate about the things that were actually important to us, not the like to haves. And we were able to find our ideal home. So communication is key, number 1. The second lesson is patience. Patience truly is a virtue. Wow, moving is stressful and it's overwhelming. Now multiply that by 2. Very difficult, right? So it's very natural for tensions to really run high a lot of the time. But this is the time where you need to practice patience. You have to know when to rein it in and just hold back, right? So that the harmony, the reason for you moving in together is not lost. It's not lost on now just the logistics of trying to find the ideal place, or choosing where to put your shoes or not put your shoes, or what room the home office is going to be in, and all of that stuff. This is the time where you need to hold on to patience. And if patience is not something that you naturally have, this is a time to start to cultivate that and choose peace and harmony over having everything your way. So even when we had setbacks, like the first house that we saw that we really loved and we applied for and we were rejected, we were patient. We're like, okay, you know what? We're just going to take our time to find the right home. I'm a patient person. Like, I just allow things to flow. Davide was more on we need to find a place now. But I was patient, understanding the way he handles pressure is a little bit from the way I handle pressure. And so finding an approach that really works during challenging times is so key. And I found that being patient with myself and being patient with him as well, to understand how he may not unpack in 2 days like I do, it's okay too. It's my way, it's his way, and that's fine. We've agreed to come together, and I choose peace and harmony over having things done my way. Right? So that was the second lesson I learned, how to really be patient. The third one was around compromise. And I think for compromise, we often, when it comes to a significant change, like moving home, is where you really test your compromise. Because the things that are super important to me, like having a large room and there being a lot of lighting, and the walls have to be white. Don't ask me I cannot live in a house that has dark colors or orange or green or blue. It's just not my thing. So that was a priority for me. For Davide, it was always the backyard. So he will walk into a home and straight to the backyard. It's not big enough. It's not this enough. And so our priorities were very different. So even though I see that we have a lot of similarities, trying to find a home together showed that we were a little bit different in terms of things that were priority to either of us. Preferences were really different. Maybe even how we run a home is different. So at this point, I had to learn how to compromise. I had to really embrace the idea that it doesn't always have to be my way. There are some things that I can compromise on. Obviously, there are things that are deal breakers, but it's also making sure that everything doesn't become a deal breaker, knowing which ones you want to concede to, and knowing the ones that, okay, maybe this is really going to depress me and make me sad, and being able to communicate that, and your partner should be able to listen to that. So I had to compromise in terms of location. I've never lived in the suburbs. And so now I'm like 40 minutes from downtown, which is so new to me. So a lot of compromise around that, a lot of compromise in terms of how much we're willing to spend. The lifestyle is going to be different now from living in the city to now living the sub life. Very different. But for me, I think it just showed that I'd come a long way, that I've grown a lot, where I was willing to compromise. Because again, I said to myself, even though I lived close to downtown, how much of downtown was I really experiencing? And so even though I like the idea of living close to downtown, the truth is, do I really exploit it as much? No. So I was willing to compromise on quite a number of things. And I think for Davide as well, there were lots of compromises that he needed to make. Compromises that we hadn't really needed to make in the relationship so far. But it was really good, and I think that it's helped us grow closer even more. And now we have a home that we both appreciate, that we both enjoy, and we just love being here. So compromise was a huge lesson for me. The fourth lesson is around change, being able to embrace change with an open mind. So like I said, for me, it was moving out of the city and moving into the suburbs. And that obviously came with a lot of changes, because now I have to drive everywhere. There is no just walk down my building and there's a store next. No. I have to drive everywhere. I have to commute to work. I have to take the train. It takes me an hour and a half to get to the city, right? And so some of those are big, some are small, but I had to learn how to embrace this change with an open mind and be positive about it, because I can whine and moan about it all day, but it's not going to change. So now I just choose to enjoy the experience and be like, okay, this is a transition. This is new, right? But it doesn't mean that it's bad. So I've always been adaptable to change, but this is significant for me, because I've been used to a different kind of lifestyle and really having people around me really close by. But now everything is a commute. And I think for me, that was the biggest change. But again, I'm open. I'm curious to learn about my new neighborhood and make new friends around the area, and just see there's a reason why the universe brought us to this space anyway. So I'm just going to make the best of it and just be excited about what the future holds. So I'm still excited for my neighborhood. I haven't quite figured out what to do here, because when I did check on TripAdvisor, it said the number one thing to do, number one attraction in my neighborhood is a jewelry store. Yes, I'm not really holding my breath, but again, it just means I have to commute a bit more, which is fine. The last lesson that I learned is gratitude. Gratitude is so key, right? And for the first week where we were moving and everything was chaos, there was no time to really stop and be grateful for how far we've come and this blessing that has come to us. And it really took us maybe about a week for us to really settle in and settle down and really be like, wow, we have an amazing house here. And we're really grateful that our lives are able to come together to really, really usher in the new chapter of our life. And so I had to learn that even though the process of moving was painful, at the end of it all, the outcome, the purpose is beautiful, right? It's a huge step in our journey. And just remembering to celebrate how far we've come and celebrate each milestone. Like now we're counting down every week. Oh, we've been here for 1 week, we've been here for 2 weeks, we've been here for 3 weeks. It just feels great to really sit back and be like, I'm grateful for the universe. I'm grateful for this new home. I'm grateful for you as my partner. I'm grateful for the love and support that you've given me. And we just share that. We just thank each other, and we're just super grateful for where we are and having a home that we truly do love. Well, I decorated it, so of course I love it. Davide has one or two things like he likes to say. Everything else is Joan. But putting everything in perspective, this is really a blessing for us. This is really the universe really giving us something that really makes our hearts leap with joy and a new experience, and just waking up with this amazing person every day. I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and it's really helped me to be grateful for how far I've come and what life has presented to us. So that's the fifth lesson that I've learned. So moving in, I know, even though I've lived with other partners before, but I think moving in at this age and after so many experiences in life is such a big step for me, right? And even though it's been filled with a lot of challenges, from trying to find the ideal place, for deciding to what part of town to live in, for like just so many challenges, the movers, things breaking, things getting, we still can't find the box with our rug, we still can't find it, right? So even though there was a lot that happened in the process, I think it's really led to a lot of growth. It's really opened my eye to the endless possibilities that lay ahead. It's really, my energy has completely shifted. Right? I feel more relaxed. I feel more at peace in this location than I did at my previous location. So it's about the journey, right? It's not so much about the destination. It's about how do you embrace the journey that you're on. What do you choose to focus on the bad or on the good? Are you focusing on the things that went wrong or the actual blessings that you have? So for me, it's been a stretch. It's been a beautiful experience. Would I do it all over again? Absolutely, but not too soon. I don't want to move, not just yet. But moving in together is such a beautiful experience. And now, like I say to people, you can't know someone until you've looked at them. So maybe now I'm going to discover new parts of Davide, of the relationship that I didn't know. But so far, it's been amazing. It's been a lot of bliss. We've had friends over. It's just been a beautiful experience. And I'm really happy for how far we've come and this opportunity to grow and build a beautiful life together. So that's it, my 5 lessons that I learned from moving in with my partner. And I hope you enjoyed my story too, as I continue to share our love journey in black and white on the Second Chances podcast. So thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for always sending me messages, encouraging messages about, how my story, how our story is either inspiring you or some thoughts around your own experiences, or parts of it that resonate with you or don't resonate with you. I love hearing from all of you. So keep it coming. So till next time, sending you love and light, and always believe in second chances. Thanks for listening.